dynamite. With just a spark I come alive. I don't wanna live in fear, no, I won't waste another year. Oh, it's the last time, the last time. Never go back across the line. I defy it, I deny it, strike and light it. I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to play. Whoa, get back when I ignite, 'cause they cannot move me. I know what I'm feeling. Whoa, get back when I ignite, setting the world on fire, city burning brighter, setting the world on fire. Get back when I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite. A hostage, exhausted. I'm riding on a razor's edge. The countdown begins now. This fire inside ain't burning out. I don't wanna live in fear, no. Detonated, stand clear. Oh, I defy it, I deny it, strike and light it. I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite, 'cause they cannot move me. I know what I'm feeling. Whoa, get back when I ignite, setting the world on fire, city burning brighter, setting the world on fire. Get back when I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite. Detonate and stand clear. Detonate and stand clear. Ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite, 'cause they cannot move me. I know what I'm feeling. Whoa, get back when I ignite, setting the world on fire, city burning brighter, setting the world on fire. Get back when I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite. Get back when I ignite. It's past time, it's past time. I take control, I'm cutting wires. Fight or flight, dynamite. With just a spark I come alive. I don't wanna live in fear, no, I won't waste another year. Oh, it's the last time, the last time. Never The countdown begins now. This fire inside ain't burning, burning out. I don't wanna live in fear, no. Detonating, staying clear. Oh, I defy it, I deny it, striking lightning. I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite, 'cause they cannot move me. I know what I believe. Whoa, get back when I ignite, setting the world on fire, city burning brighter, setting the world on fire. Get back when I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite. Detonate and stand clear. Detonate and stand clear. Ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite, 'cause they cannot move me. I know what I believe. Whoa, get back when I ignite, setting the world on fire, city burning brighter, setting the world on fire. Get back when I ignite all the pain I take, 'cause I refuse to break. Whoa, get back when I ignite. Get back when I ignite. It's past time, it's past time. I take control, I'm cutting wires. Fight or flight, dynamite. With just a spark, I come alive. I don't wanna live in fear, no. I won't waste another year.
Good evening, race fans. Welcome to CRN's live coverage of the Core O'Reilly Series. Both habits die hard. Presented by simraces.com. We are here under the lights at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, the site of the real life Coke 600 this past weekend. Yesterday. Yesterday, yesterday was actually 2 days ago was Sunday. A great day of racing. Certainly a weekend of Memorial Day, a weekend of remembrance, and remember all those that were lost their lives and are fallen. So in the active duty. So once again, I want to wish everyone a happy Memorial Day, and especially for all those that have loved ones that they have lost. But it was a great day of racing itself. I mean, Jimmy, I'm not sure how much you tuned in to the racing this past weekend, but the Indy 500 was by far maybe the best motor race I've ever seen. Certainly the best Indy 500 I've ever seen. But Carlin, we're joined in the booth by Jimmy Covert. Jimmy, I mean, it's hard to beat an Indy 500 that has the most passes for the lead, the closest finish in IndyCar history. It kind of had it all.
Yeah, I'll just go with, yeah. I've just never been an Indy fan, and so, it sounds like it was a great race, just not, wasn't something I was kind of focused on this weekend. I went with the celebration of one of my kids graduating, and had some people over, and just kind of enjoyed family. Because, been over and out and about, but obviously the people that have passed, and to kind of be there, I'm still here, so that, the day wasn't for me per se, but definitely want to remember those people that, put their lives on the line and weren't able to make it through. So, but huge shout out to that. So, but I'm glad to hear that there was some great racing over the weekend. I heard one of the closest finishes as well there for the Indy 500. So, the guy seemed pretty excited for winning, and was grateful for it. So, looking forward to see what becomes for the rest of the season there for the Indy cars. maybe I should keep a little better track, but right now it's all about kind of, I know it's kind of got blended in a little bit, but losing some another NASCAR driver to, a common illness that any one of us can get, wasn't very old. So and that you remembered that, when you're not feeling good, it's time to take a break, and sometimes people forget that and they just try to push through it. So but either way, we're gonna race here tonight at Charlotte, get another one done here. The little last chance qualifier was had here tonight again. So a few drivers out there getting things done. Luis Orduna and Brody Harris still on the track, and they were pretty close there for a while, but I think the 72 was burning up his tires just a little bit quicker than Lewis, and able to kind of stretch that out here towards the end here.
Yeah, Jimmy alluding to the unfortunate passing of Kyle Busch, and then still, thoughts and prayers from the CRN family to the Bushes and everyone of the lives that he touched. And I kind of felt it. I owed it just to watch the NASCAR race this weekend too. I watched the Coke 600 a little bit, not all of it, because it's just every NASCAR race, in my opinion, is way too damn long, and 600 miles, the longest race of the year. That's a little bit too long for me. So I watched basically the final segment of the race, and played with some cautions and some rain delays and things like that, and eventually getting rained out at the end. But yeah, it was crazy stat that I think it was first time since like 1979 that there wasn't any drivers in the field named Earnhardt or Busch. I thought that was just an insane stat. But you think back, to obviously Dale Earnhardt and Earnhardt Jr. and then it's, I think, even Kerry Earnhardt, but I think Dale Earnhardt Jr. was in there for a little bit longer, and obviously you got Kurt Busch, Kyle Busch, and none of them obviously in the field on Sunday. So it was a different sight to see. But as Jimmy mentioned, we're finishing up with the LCQ right now, as these drivers have a 25 lap LCQ. They're coming up, I believe, on 2 to go this time. 2 to go here at Charlotte. Actually, sorry, it is 1 to go. White flag in the air, 1 more lap to go here. Luis Orduna leading, Brody Harris, Richie Bradshaw are the 3 that are still out there running. Terry Jansen ended up having an incident pretty early, getting the meatball. No caution on the track, but he's going to start from the back of the field, as we have 24 drivers in total here tonight. The top 20 already qualified and in for the 90-lap main event here tonight. These 4 will determine the last 2 rows of the field here, and it's going to be Luis Orduna taking home the LCQ win here. Brody Harris coming home in second, but pretty good race altogether. As Jimmy mentioned, you've seen it there kind of in the beginning, as Luis Orduna and Brody Harris had a pretty good battle until Orduna kind of drove away from him a little bit. But about ready to get this thing underway. Before we do, we'll take a look at or at least discuss the point standings coming into tonight. Chris Gilbert gets his platinum status, so he not only leads the overall, but he leads the platinum division by 68 points over Joe Truskowski. In the gold, it is Joseph Sullivan and Joey Cruz tied, deadlocked, 0 points between them. And then Jacob Grube still up there in the mix as well. In the silver, Jason Chrisman is your leader by 12 over Michael Rakes, 14 over Matt Crockett, as that one shifted around big time since last week. And then Luis Orduna, 13 points ahead of Terry Jansen, as they will once again do battle here tonight. We'll see if it's going to be Orduna, the winner there of the LCQ, or if it's going to be Terry Jansen. Finished last there in the LCQ. But you're taking a look at the starting order as it runs through here for, again, 90 laps here tonight. Race number 8 of the season, as we start to get towards the end of season number 8 here. And we just got a couple more races left after this, as we're going to head to Nashville Super Speedway, and then season finale at the beautiful Michigan Speedway. I'm certainly looking forward to that one already, Michigan International Speedway. But here tonight, hopefully it'll be a good one here under the lights. Looking forward to it, and we still got a couple of rookies like Aaron Edwards. Most likely will be joining the platinum ranks, and he is technically would be in second in the points right now to Chris Gilbert, so we'll see how that all hashes out. But it should be a pretty good sized field here. 24 cars as the pace car rolls them out.
Yeah, it's we had them huge fields, had to find a way to kind of thin them out a little bit, and really did thin them out drivers not want to take a chance, I guess, to get out there and have to fight for a spot for on the track. But it has produced some great racing over the past few weeks with the setup, and obviously, on the back of drivers' mind, yet here tonight, a track that is known by probably everybody. It is one of the free tracks of the service. You do a lot of laps on here when you're a rookie, and now you're out here for a 90-lap race and need to finish this thing. So no fast repair, and that's going to be a big one, as coming off of turn number 4 can get a little tricky. Car does get like to get a little tight coming off, especially once those tires go away. Tires are another big thing here tonight, and you can burn them up fairly quickly, about 10 to 15 laps, and then the car will just, it falls off, especially if you're overdriving the heck out of it. So drivers want to take care of them tires just a little bit. Pit entry's not too hard here tonight, but it can be a tricky one if you're not prepared for it, or somebody doesn't call it out. But it should be one of the easier ones. It does, the entry speed does come up pretty quickly there, as you can see the yellow line, but for the commit line. But they are off and about here, as Matthew Seeger down to the inside of Billy Rickett to start this thing off.
Rickett actually is the one on the inside. Matthew Seeger on the
never
outside.
Mind. He changed his color of his car.
And yeah, how about it? How about the 7 of Billy Rickett putting on the pole here tonight? Certainly a driver that we see out there and on Sunday nights on 191. And still waiting to get an interview from him. It'd be kind of crazy if he gets a win over here in the Core O'Reilly Series before that. But right now he's fallen back to second place. Looks like Chrisman dealing with some blinking a little bit already in the 54. But we're going to make it through lap number 1 here, as still plenty of battling, almost 3 wide into the corner. Back here is Cruz, peak to the inside of the 67, who is working it. Flickinger is going to save it off of the corner. I got a little bit spicy right there, as you see rakes down to the inside. He's going to join the field back up here, and certainly a few drivers out there, and some old Kyle Busch schemes. You got the NOS Energy right there, is a 37 of Halford. Gets into the wall, but a good save right there. Looks like the 10 of Matt Crockett out there with the M&M's machine. You got the Rowdy Energy number 451 out there as well. So a good tribute from a lot of these drivers to the late Kyle Busch. But out front, Matthew Seeger leads the way. Billy Rickett, Ethan Winters, Joe Truskowski, Joe Sullivan for your top 5.
Let's call out somebody I haven't seen in quite some time and on the track here.
Yes. I was keeping it close to my vest.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way now. But Kevin Foster out on track in the 8 in NOS machine here tonight, and getting it done here is a start up there in P number 7. So great start for somebody that's been gone for quite some time, but now has to kind of mix it up. Getting that kind of flow, and as long as this thing goes green, always a competitor to stretch things out just a little bit. We'll see what he does here tonight, but good start there for Kevin, as he's still in the top 10 at the moment, as we are on now lap number 5 of this 90 lap gig.
Yeah, the prodigal son returns, and I don't know if it's just for tonight's race or for the rest of the season, but I know he did mention that he was going to be coming back out here tonight. So good to see Kevin back out there. Good battle up here. Inside the top 5 is the Sim Shop drivers, all under the top 4 right now, and really harassing the 7 of Billy Rickett. I think he's maybe looking for his teammate, but unfortunately Travis Noble back in the field right now, back there in 21st position. So kind of bookending this field right now is Rickett and Noble from the Expired Motorsports. But Rickett doing a good job holding his own, and now goes to the high side here, trying to work his way around Seeger, who still holds on to the lead. And that's what can happen off of 4 if you're not paying attention, you're not cutting that thing down off the corner. Big impact there. Looks like the 7 still going to hang in there. It doesn't look like too much damage, if any. Certainly no meatball, which is the bigger portion of it. But good start here, Jimmy.
Yeah, and I know he's eager to kind of get up front, or at least maintain pace here with the Sim Shop boys out here in full course, as all 3 machines nose to tail here, and Billy Rickett kind of stirring them up and mixing. But don't forget Joseph Truslawski out there, as he's trying to poke his nose in there. So maybe another rival but friend up there for Billy Rickett, somebody to work with. That's not black and orange.
Yeah, black and gold, I guess, for the 59ers. We're going to go 3 wide into turn number 3 for second place. Outside, Rickett keeps in it. The middle is a 39 of Winters. And they're going to survive out of turn number 4 as Winters is going to have to duck in behind. Troskowski is keeping that 39 out there. Maybe a bit of a big move here. Keeps 7 in second for the time being. Some more good battling. Back here is Zane Bierman on the outside of Kevin Foster, right behind Michael Rakes is battle back here for the last spot in the top 10. And we got some more battling back in the back here as Jeremy Haney moves to the inside here of Jason LePan. Good start here to the race. Not sure yet what the fuel mileage is going to be. Yes, that was a big impact there for Gainey. I think we got to stop showing these drivers on the screen. We showed Rickett there. He smacked the wall hard off before. We show Gainey. He smacks the wall hard. It's got to be us. It's not the drivers. It's definitely broadcaster curse.
Well, yeah, considering I'm not even attached to your cameras here tonight, just floating around.
Oh, that's my fault. It's completely my fault.
Like, I wonder what Jeremy's up to, and go back there, and he's slapping the wall. So sorry, Jeremy. Keep going.
No, Rickett scrapes the wall again. 65 there of Edwards almost scrapes it as well. As Troskowski starting to slip back here a little bit. Sullivan and Chrisman now side by side for 6th and 7th. So some good battling here early on at Charlotte. And again, we mentioned last week, I definitely don't want to jinx it here on 11 laps in, but I really started seeing some of the difference last week because Dover is not an easy track. It's not easy to drive. It's not easy to pit. It's not easy to make passes. It's just a tough track. It's a fun track. And if you know how to drive it, you can kind of work apart different lines, it's a blast. But it is not the easiest to race at, and the drivers did a fantastic job last week. I'm not sure if it was, the threat of, hey, you mess up, it's going to be a long time to get that thing fixed because there's no fast repair, or what the case was. But maybe a little bit of the same here tonight. The drivers realizing now this season is changing up here a little bit, and you have to be careful with your car. Certainly, maybe some of the drivers are going to be a little bit more careful off of 4, but other than that, giving each other room is the biggest thing, and that's kind of what maybe they struggled with a little bit for the first half of this season, just a little bit too close to battling, a little bit too aggressive with each other. If you want to get aggressive with the track itself, have at it. Good luck to you. But you start getting a little too close to your competitors. It's not just you or them making contact. You bring in Netco as well, and it's an unfortunate, third vehicle in the mix between you and the other driver, and you never know when Netco's going to show up, and we've seen it, barely make contact, and we've seen it, what you mean, a foot or two in between cars, and there's still contact because of netcode?
Yeah, and then you think about it. Sometimes netcode's happening, like the incident's gonna happen regardless, and netcode just expands it and makes it kind of horrible. I was watching some clips, scrolling through my phone, and I seen one just the other day that it was was it a truck? I think it was a truck or a car. Anyways, he got kicked up in the air and he started spinning like a top. And and I'm not talking just like 3 or 4 times. I'm talking like a couple
it was a dirt track, wasn't it?
Times.
I think so, yeah.
And the guys were even trying to hit him like off the track and like get him to stop just so he could stop. And it was a good long time. I lost count after about 100 spins. It was. I can only imagine. I would have just, if I was VR, I would have just took off my headset and been like, this is fun. But it was definitely a glitch. But things like that happen. It's rare, and a lot of drivers are pretty under the want to make sure that they got the best looking picture and stuff like that. But when it comes down to your PCs, optimizing your computer and your parts that you have for performance, and making sure you don't have unnecessary things running in the background. And if you like listening to music or something, maybe Spotify on your phone on the side or something might be a little better than playing it on your computer. Anything to not stress your machine, especially if you have something that's not top of the line, that can handle all those processes at once. And I know a lot of times when we're out here trying to put on a show for all the fans out there. We are running a lot of stuff, and so we are stressing what systems we got. And it hasn't been as lately where we actually had something that can handle most of the stuff now. Unless somebody wants to drop CRN about $6,000 for a couple 5090s, I mean, there's really not much more
we won't
can
say
do
no
at the moment. So yeah, we won't say no, but it's definitely one of those things, a limiting factor. And not everybody has $3,000 or whatever the dang things cost these days to drop on a graphics card. When a lot of the graphics card, I mean, all these games that I play on the side of was broadcasted CRN. My system handles everything flawlessly. So, and I think that has to do with the age of iRacing, and hopefully, when it comes down to it, whatever graphics engine they're working with, they can get it to work for iRacing to be just as smooth and good looking as some of the other systems out there. But for overall, I mean, when you're in the car driving, and I see a lot of people, a lot of streamers and people out there, they like to make their rigs appear to be like, when you're sitting in it, as real as possible. I'm talking roll cages, hoods that come, so you're in a car in your house, and some shakers and some belt tensioners and everything they can get to have
all the way
that,
down to the switches to actually start the ignition. You forget hitting the I button
Yep.
for ignition. They actually have the switch to actually start the car.
Yep, nets, everything. I mean, they do everything. So it's kind of cool to see people go to that point to kind of get out there and enjoy the stuff. And some people go, why don't you buy a race car? Well, one, I don't have to keep fixing the whole thing when I wreck it, because I'm not a professional.
Exactly. It's hard to wreck a sim rig.
Yeah, might be. I could probably buy a race car and it'd be great to sit in my garage, but that's about as far as it would go. It'd never make it to a track. I couldn't, the fuel it, put tires on it, and then the heck, if I wrecked it, I think I'd cry. So I think I'll just stick with my sim rig and what I got, and and enjoy the racing that we do. And I know it's not as much as I used to do when I first started, but I still get out there for the special events and just kind of enjoy just hanging out with some of the people I met, mostly CRN folks, but a lot of the other drivers, they poke their heads in and see what's going on. So right now it is all about the sim shop boys out front right now, being led by Matthew Deeger, Aaron Edwards, and then Ethan Winters. They're 1, 2, 3 right now, followed by Joseph Strukowski in fourth. Joe Sullivan has crept back up there, as holding on there pretty strong. MP number 5, Jason Christman back in 6th, Jason Krug in 7th, Chris Gilbert's in 8th, Michael Rakes and Chris Gilbert battling back and forth, and then Joey Cruz there for your top 10, up 9 spots. So Joey not quite having the start that he wanted, but definitely moving to the field as one of the biggest movers. As your other biggest mover is Aaron Edwards.
Edwards was up 12 spots, just lost a spot there to Ethan Winters. Drops back to 3rd. He's still up 11 spots, so a good start for him. But speaking of the CRN folks, I want to shout out to all the CRN people out there watching tonight. And if you haven't done so yet, hit that like, subscribe, get in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. Certainly Barry out there as usual. We got a TV Racer out there as well, and Kelly, welcome back. It's good to see Mama back out there. Good to see Kevin back out there in the field. And one more out there, Jimmy. We got my son Colton out there in the chat as well. So if he's still watching, Colton, get to bed. But thanks for watching.
Dang it, Dad noticed.
Yeah, well, he was looking forward to it. He's like, Dad, when's your next broadcast? I'm like, why? I'm like, because I thought we had one last night, but obviously with Memorial Day we didn't. And he's like, because I want to chat live. I'm like, all right. So he was all excited for this when he came running down when he heard his one of his favorite songs is the intro song that we have from the Skillet, Ignite. So he was happy to hear that, and obviously get out here in the chat as well. But we got a good race here, a great start to the race, as everyone's still out there trucking along, and it looks like we did have a couple of drivers into pit lane already on lap number 23, 3 laps ago. Jason LePan and Richie Bradshaw came into the pits. Haven't seen anybody else yet. So I'm thinking, Jimmy, maybe if they try and make this 30 lap mark, as Ethan Winters trying to creep a little bit closer to his teammate there, Matthew Seeger, and now almost 3 wide here from the Sim Shop boys in first, second, and third. And Truskowski, I'm sure, doesn't mind this at all. Right back there licking his lips like, yeah, go ahead, boys. Have at it.
He wants them to slow up just a little bit, whether it's battling or whatnot. Give them that chance to reel them in and get the fight with them. And, we've watched a few races, obviously, with the Sim Shop drivers at the moment. And as far as we've seen, it's been pleasant to have around. And obviously some faster drivers for people to kind of chase around and learn from. And you could see them running together as a team. And, you see them trading spots, maybe picking up a line. You don't know what's kind of going down in the shop, and it's been all Matthew Seeger here, and kind of in the beginning, but all 3 of them coming down, and you can see how well they're kind of going. Oh, a little loose there from the third one, but still getting it down. I think everybody's good to go. Doesn't even look like Billy Rickett was down and out the lap prior to, so. As he fell back, a little bit, and it's just kind of knowing how to manage them tires, and I think that's kind of what the Sim Shop drivers are kind of doing there. Just kind of being easy at the moment, but big grouping here for Pit Road at the moment. But Jacob Grube, now your leader.
And now here comes another good chunk of drivers into pit lane, and everybody trying to get wound up in time, and looks like everybody does a great job. But how about this? Welcome back, Mama. Welcome back, Kevin Foster, and welcome back to the lead, as took him no time here to at least get a lap led as he stretches this fuel out here in the NOS Energy number 8. And we'll certainly see him probably in the pits this time. Another one out there tried to stick it out there to try and lead a lap. I don't think he's got another lap of fuel in him. I would assume Kevin Foster coming in this time, and yeah, there he goes, ducks down on the apron. But Terry Jansen trying to get out there and get a lap led.
That's big for Terry being back in the bronze division, if he can actually be able to register him, but he's coming down in the pit system by.
Yeah, he's going to be down in the pits, and I'm pretty sure he's got one of the first pit stalls, probably the first pit stall since he finished last in the LCQ.
No.
Well, not the first one in regards to 43, but
I don't think he's.
Yep, there we go, 24.
Yeah, not quite.
Well, no, Kevin Foster is up there in the 7th spot anyway, so he's still actually registered as a leader. But now Matthew Seeger comes back across the line. Aaron Edwards, Ethan Winters for your top 3. Truskowski falling back here a little bit, about 2.5 seconds back behind the 3-car breakaway. Then another 2.25 back to Jacob Grube, who's kind of settled into 5th. I don't see the one of Joe Sullivan. Looks like his pit stop a little bit longer as he fell back here to 8th as he just gets passed there by Chris Gilbert. Jason LePan is the one that's there in 6th, up 11 spots, so a good start here for LePan. As we're already a third of the way through this race, we've seen the first round of pit stops. So, Jimmy, based on what we're seeing here, 28, 29 laps, looks like most likely a 2.5 stop race. Are we looking at 2 stops and a splash and dash? I mean, Foster made it 30 laps, but he's also 11 seconds back right now. I mean, it's kind of tight. A full pit stop is about 40 seconds. The splash and dash, you're probably looking at a good 25, 30 seconds. So that's kind of the window that he needs to be in.
Jason LePan smacking the wall right in front of Joe Sullivan. Almost lost there. Joe was able to slow up. Billy Rickett and Joey Cruz are going to take advantage of that and get underneath. So close call there by the 19 coming out of 4. But they're now down the backstretch doing a good job. That was close.
So it'll be interesting to see how this thing plays out. If Kevin Foster and Terry Jansen can make it to lap 60 as the man slow through 3 and 4 there as well. As Sullivan finally able to get down to the bottom as he got held up there. I really had to check out mid-corner. But Joe Cruz up 11 spots now, started back there in 19th, just made the cutoff to not have to do the LCQ, made the feature straight from qualifying. He's up 11 spots. Aaron Edwards is up 12 spots as he's gotten around Ethan Winters, and now he sets his sights on first place here, but man, Jimmy, I'm sure wringing your hands. You're just happy as a pig and doo-doo right now with all this orange in the top 3.
Yeah, orange is a great color. I keep saying it, and it's just prayers have been answered. Sim shot come along, and I don't know if it's the same sim shop from Texas, because that's where I got my gear from. So it definitely, I've had my stuff for quite some time now, and was great service out of that sim shop there with their wheels and stuff like that. Even when Sim Magic said that some springs and stuff were supposed to come with the pedal kit that I get, and they did not, and they were missing a spacer. So they, when they finally did come out, I was able to get the kit for a discounted price, and it was since it was supposed to be in their kit. I mean, I did have to pay a couple of bucks, but it's basically just a shipping charge. They get that gear for the pedals that I got. But yeah, it's been great to have, like I said, having them up here, and I think they're used to one of them blinking every now and then, because it seems like it doesn't affect them too much. But Joseph Trzaskowski is up there, and he's doing what he can. Nobody really to work with as far as a partner. Just kind of gotta elude getting around people and trying to run down 3 drivers that are obviously talented enough to get around here at some good speeds. And Joe's doing a really good job in there, hanging in there. But back there in P number 5 is Jacob Grube and Chris Gilbert. Not too much farther back in 6th. Joe Sullivan still riding around there in 7th place, and Billy Rickett is following in 8th. Chris Crispin and 9th. Joey Cruz still in the top 10, hanging on. And right behind him is the likes of Matt Crockett. So looking to get a great finish here as well, and trying to break that top 10 with the 10.
Yeah, good looking 10 there as well. Is certainly again Kyle Busch, well known for the M&M's number 18, and it's definitely a nice little tribute car right there from Matt Crockett as he fills in that behind Joey Cruz right now, currently running in 11th place. But for the most part, I think these drivers doing a great job. You're seeing multiple different lines out there. For the most part, there's kind of the top line, bottom line, but we're even seeing some drivers using that middle line. Certainly your drivers at the front, they're all over each other, but they're also kind of in different lines. There's a few times that I've seen them just kind of file into the same line through the corner. Of course, when I say that, they're all going to go down to the bottom and do that.
They're still a little different.
But yeah, I mean,
not
it's
much, but they're close.
That's a different exit there for Edwards as he smacks the wall a little bit. But yeah, I mean, the track definitely seems nice and racy here tonight. Passing can be done. It takes a little bit of work the way it looks, and but it still can be done as Michael Riggs gets by Matt Crockett there for 11th spot. But I mean, for the first 40 laps here, we are lean and green, exactly what we need to see. And I guess, Jimmy, we can't blame it on lack of platinum drivers. We do got 2 platinum drivers out there right now, and we mentioned last week, I think it was only Joe Trzaskowski was technically the only platinum driver out there. But Chris Gilbert, graduating out of his rookie status, he gets up to the platinum, and I believe it's Aaron Edwards' 5th race. Clearly, what he's done so far, let alone what he's doing here tonight, he's going to end up graduating out, and most likely being a platinum driver. And I believe Ethan Winters is close, if not already going to be graduating out as well. And Matthew Seeger, good start here for sure, and he's up there leading this race.
Yeah, it's sometimes a blessing and a curse when you get a whole kind of group of drivers that come in to a series. Sometimes they're welcome, sometimes they're not so welcome and can carry an attitude, but not the case here for the sim shop drivers. As far as it goes now, been pretty laid back and been pretty clean about their driving, and we've seen them even be back in the field and had their troubles here and there. And Aaron is much as he got that platinum status, but tagging the wall every now and then is kind of hindering his runs coming out of the corner. Kind of far back just a little bit, not too far back, but enough to slow him down a little bit. You always got to wonder about that wall. You know, obviously it's it's big. Like I said, turn 4 is probably super tricky. You get that car kind of rotated through, and then you get to a certain point on the track, and you want to get on the throttle so you can start going again. But if you get on it too early, you will drift out, and it might be what Aaron's dealing with a little bit, and that and being in dirty air. We talked about dirty air before, and how you get that nose. Lack of air on it, I guess, and it makes it tight, so it puts a lot of pressure on that right front tire, and gets them just gets worn out. So obviously the driver's probably at least taking right side tires here. I would probably four tire stops here, and the fact that they've been out here now for 46 laps, breaking the halfway mark, and it's been green from the start is to everybody has their own. It does look like Richie Bradshaw, something happened. I see he went off track a couple laps ago. I didn't quite catch what happened. I'm just going to go back while Carl's showing you the live action, just kind of see what happened to Richie, but it looks like he was just coming down into the pits and kind of thought about it and didn't, and went back out on the track. So Richie just having a little bit of trouble, but that's what you get, when you get out there and, you finally in a session where you actually have to run a whole tank or a whole stint to kind of stay out there. Most official series that you get out here, you get 10 15 laps, but the fact to go 30 green and have to do pit stops, it's another animal. It's something that you gotta plan for and be able to do, and that's that's what kind of makes you a better overall driver, being able to drive not only the sprint where the tires are nice and sticky and you can drive them wherever you want, but what can you do with the car after those tires get warmed up?
Well, this race is definitely well and warmed up. We're past the halfway point right now, lap number 48. It's been dominated by Matthew Seeger. He started in second place and has pretty much led every single lap, other than that kind of the pit cycle going through here. We're starting the second round of pit stops here for some of the drivers. Question is, can anybody make it to lap 60? Can anybody make this a 2-stop race, or is everyone kind of settled into a 3-stop race as Rakes gets into the side there of Joey Cruz? We stay green. And while we stay green, Jimmy, I think we step aside here and give everyone out there at Sierra Nation a little love to hear it.
Love to hear it.
Sights and sounds here from the Core O'Reilly series presented by SimRaces.com, and we got some major developments. Was there a caution? No. Were there any wrecks? No. Anybody blow up? No. We have a ton of different strategies going on right now, though, as we have the leaders came in on lap number 57, and now we had one of them already drop off and come in to make a splash dash because they came in at 57, which means they ain't going to make it to the end on fuel unless they go into major fuel-saving mode. It looks like Seeger realizing that wasn't going to happen, so he dropped off, takes a splash and dash right now, and now here you go. Now comes Winters into the pits. He is going to drop down, make his splash and dash. Truskowski came in on lap 55, so there's no way he's going to be able to save it to the end. He's going to need a splash to get to the end. Aaron Edwards, though, Jimmy has been listening to him. As you out there in Sierra Nation were loving to hear it. Jimmy's loving to hear the fuel saving going on from the 65.
Yeah, just just to see the strategies and kind of how they're working out. So obviously some coming in taking a splash and dash, some electing to try to stretch the fuel. And I mean, when I'm talking stretching fuel, I'm talking where you should be on the throttle and then get off. They're off like 10 cars back. It's kind of impressive what the drivers are. They're guessing obviously to see what's working. They're probably watching their fuel calculators and waiting for it to hit that bingo spot where they know that they can make it the rest of the way. And Truskowski out front right now, and Aaron Edwards still hanging there in P number 2. So knowing that some of the drivers behind him have to catch him. He has 10 seconds on Jacob. And Truskowski more than likely has to pit. Chris Gilbert and Billy Rickett are kind of hanging back there, but Joey Cruz was one of the ones he was able to kind of stretch it out. Along with Kevin Foster up there as well. And you might see some of these drivers that are sitting right around the 8th, 9th area kind of, find themselves in a spot where they don't need to save as much, or some that need to save more. So you're going to see him kind of come through. Joey Cruz kind of going through a pack here at the moment right now, currently in 5th spot. And just needs to kind of take his time and realize he still has to make those 30 laps in order to get to the end, but could be sitting in a pretty good spot right now. He's right on the back bumper of Jacob Groove at the moment, and going to make the pass there, as Jake's probably going to try to fuel save a little bit. And since Joey's saved a lot from the last time, and just needs to save a little bit, just to make that 30, and it could put him in, sitting in a spot right now. Since Aaron is doing some heavy saving, he's got 8 seconds to catch up on him. That's a lot of time to make up. So right now, Cruz in a good spot right now, sitting in P number 3, and if Truskowski wants to come in, he's looking at top 2. So that's where I would think, that's what I'd be settling in right now. And if I can catch Aaron, but don't lose focus on what's at hand in that number 28 right now, and that's maybe enough fuel to get to the end, but make sure you have enough to get to the end. What the drivers don't want to see is a late caution. We've seen it in the past. The drivers get out here to do outstanding. We're at lap number 72, and there's still a lot of race left. To be honest, there's still 19 laps to go out here. It's a lot of focus, and try to get a great finish here. But obviously you gotta watch out for a Seeger. Doesn't have to save anymore, so he's going to be, on the pedal and pushing hard. And how far can Seeger come up through the pack is the question. That's who he gets around. Whether they're fuel saving or not. If that splash and dash was the option to go for, and can he make it back up to Aaron Edwards, which is roughly 22 seconds. That's a lot of time.
Well, he's in a battle right now as well, because Seeger and Winters both come in for their splash and dash, so they're going past Matt Crockett right now. And it's we talk about these drivers doing some saving. That the drivers that made it to 60 should be in a really good spot. That, as Jimmy said, have to save a little bit. So drivers like Joey Cruz, Kevin Foster, Joe Sullivan, and Matt Crockett, and Terry Jansen as well all made it to lap 60 to come in to the pits. So they already know what it takes to make it a 30-lap run. Joey Cruz made it 31 on his last run, so it is definitely doable. So the drivers that came in on lap 59, like Jacob Grube, Chris Gilbert, Jason Chrisman, Michael Rakes, just to name a few, they have a chance to stretch this thing to the end as well. Aaron Edwards is trying to stretch this thing from lap 57. So he's got to save and make it 33 laps. We have not seen anybody make it that far. We haven't seen anybody go into ultra fuel save mode either, like Edwards has been doing. But Truskowski came in on lap 55. So again, unless he backs it way down, I don't think there's any way he's going to be able to make it 35 laps. But you see, this is the slow race right now, Jimmy. This is the battle for the lead. Maybe the slowest one that we've seen all night.
Yeah, and Truskowski obviously, trying to stretch it out maybe, and at that point where it's like, all right, this guy's got to save a little bit, but how much does he need to save? And Edwards is putting in some great laps. They're super smooth. The throttle input is impeccable at the moment, and kind of a lot of people, they're off the gas, on the gas, off the gas, on the gas. They're called the light switch mode, and it's not how you don't need to work the cars like that. The car's not going to go max speed when you push the throttle to the floorboard. There is an increase in the engine and speed, and if you know how to manage that throttle, even naturally, you find yourself using a ton less gas than just the on and off method. So it's all about that throttle positioning with these cars for fuel saving. So lifting is obviously, being off it altogether is the best, and then being nice and easy on it and taking your time getting back up to full throttle is what you want to do, not to mash it down. So and if you can do that, you can find yourself saving a lot more throughout a race, especially in these long runs. And these long runs is not something these drivers have had the privilege of having in a few races, and this is if they can complete this one here, it'll be the first one green from start to finish. And obviously it's not over yet, so I'm not trying to jinx anybody, but they do have 10 more laps to go this time by, and Aaron Edwards is your leader with Joseph Truskowski in second. Joey Cruz is sitting in P number 3, Jacob Grube back in 4th, and then Chris Gilbert, Jason Chrisman back in 6th. Kevin Foster is currently in 7th, working around a lap car. Jeremy Gainey. And you got Michael Rakes. Joe Sullivan back in 9th. And then Ethan Winters back in 10th. And coming up on Joe Sullivan as we speak. So, Ethan is the one to kind of watch, where he's like the first one to kind of come in and get that splash and dash. And, well, not him. Him and Seeger were both in. Got splash and dash and already back up now in the top 10.
Yeah, Winter's moving past Joe Sullivan right now, take over 9th spot. And we mentioned last time we looked at him, they're about 22 seconds behind the lead 2, now down to less than 16 seconds. So they gained 6 seconds, but the problem is that took about 10 laps to do so. So I mean, to get another 16 seconds, it's not going to happen unless these drivers run out of fuel. But the driver that I'm looking at, and the one that was really kind of tore up because he felt like he had a shot last week at Dover, and he feels like he's had a few shots to finally break through and get his first win here in Core. And I know it's a driver that Jimmy's been watching and kind of rooting on, because he's been through so much in his Core career, from just being a little bit too aggressive on the start of his career, and he's kind of settled in now a little bit, and it's really paid off. We've seen him go from bronze to silver, now to being one of the top drivers in gold, to try to compete with the Platinum Boys. He is sitting pretty right now. He is last pit on lap number 60. Should be good to go to the end. I'm not sure if he's going to save at all. Certainly nowhere near the savings of the front 2. So if either the front 2 cannot make it on fuel, look at that number 28 to maybe take this win.
Yeah, it's he's we've talked to him a couple times there in the booth, and obviously, he gets down on himself or hard because he wants that overall win, obviously, and been trying real hard, and it shows. And like I said, the maturity level, but the driving maturity level that you've seen, kind of happen on the track throughout the seasons here with the 28. and Trzaskowski is in, so that's going to move Cruz into P number 2 as he comes across the start-finish line. He got one more car to go. He's got 5 seconds, 5 laps. Does Edwards have enough?
Edwards is doing, I mean, I don't know how much throttle he's using at all throughout this lap. It's unbelievable how much he's saving. We'll hop on board here again and just, you know, hear how much he's coasting throughout this entire lap.
It's a lot, and he's still running 32.5s, which is still a pretty good pace. You know, and Cruz was last lap was 31.9. That one was a 32. But Cruz gained 2 seconds because the lap prior to Aaron there, and that one was a 34. So the time's coming down, and so are the laps. You know, and I'm sure Edwards could see the number 28 coming here quickly. He's down to 2 seconds, Carl.
Yeah, last lap gained 2 seconds. The laps previous to that, he was gaining about a half a second a lap, but I think Aaron Edwards realizes now he's got to go into major fuel save mode here. As coming across the line at this time by, we are now down to 4 laps to go. That's a long 4 laps. That's 10 miles here at Charlotte. Does Aaron Edwards have 10 miles worth of fuel in that car? You see that 65 getting bigger in the windshield for Cruz. And not to mention Jacob Grube has kind of just been sitting back here drafting off of Cruz this entire time, and same with Chris Gilbert. So that they may have a good amount of fuel and maybe a chance to battle with Cruz here to the end. But right now it is Aaron Edwards hanging on, saving as much as he can, trying to get this thing to the end, trying to get it into a point where he doesn't have to save, where he can actually drive here at the end, because he's going to have to defend at some point, whether it's defending the fuel pickup or defending from Joey Cruz, because it's down to 1.2 seconds.
Yeah, the last lap there for Edwards was a 32.3 and 32 seconds for Cruz. So still gained a little bit, but definitely not as much. As you can see that 28 closing in, and then knows that he has to going to have to defend here. He only has a couple more laps to go here. We're on lap number 89 of 90. So we will get the white flag next time by. Can Edwards hold off? Does he have enough fuel to make it to hold off Joey Cruz here? Trying to put that battle down to under a second here as they come into turn number 3, getting ready to exit 4. Really about all this lap right here. What does that number 65 have for the track here?
White flag in the air, 2.5 miles to go. Is there enough fuel in the pickup for the 65 as he heads down into turns 1 and 2? Still able to get on the throttle coming out onto the backstretch. It's 0.8 of a second separating him and Cruz. Will he have enough to get to the end? Is he going to have to shake that car at all? Going into 3 and 4, still got enough fuel in there. And coming out of turn number 4, what a save job here. And another heartbreak for Joey Cruz. As did he run out of fuel here at the end? He may have, but he holds on to second by 0.09 of a second and gets it home in second. I'm sure it's going to be kind of a disappointing second place here tonight, as Cruz gets close again and finishes less than 2 seconds behind Aaron Edwards. But Edwards, what a fantastic save job here from the 65 group. Is going to come home in third. Gilbert, Foster for your top 5. So Kevin Foster is going to finish as a top silver driver here tonight. And on his return, he's going to be back up here in the booth, and we'll get a chance to talk to him. And I'm sure Mom will be happy to hear that. Top bronze driver is going to go to Terry Jansen, one of those drivers that pit on lap number 60. He was able to stretch it out, and he beats Orduna by 4 spots as he finishes the 16th. Orduna back there in 20th, so those points are going to get close once again, as on the front stretch, it is the 65 that outlasts them all, and he gets to burn it down to the front stretch. He's still got fuel to burn it down, Jimmy. He had no problem whatsoever.
I think he's out now.
That he is.
Gotta get it good around in a circle there and get it done. But yeah, what a race! It's been, like I said, it's been a while since Core has gone from green from start to finish. But congratulations to all the drivers out there. This is a familiar track and can cause problems, but it does not here tonight for the likes of the drivers here for the Core O'Reilly Series, getting it done here tonight. Winner overall, obviously, in the rundown is going to be Aaron Edwards for your top spot, then Joey Cruz Jacob Drew for third, Chris Gilbert, Kevin Foster for your top fives, and Jason Crispin, Ethan Winters, Michael Rakes, Matthew Seeger, and Matt Crockett will get that top 10. Joe Sullivan finishes back in 11th, Joseph Truskowski in 12th, Billy Rickett in 13th, Chase Halford, Jason Lepon, Terry Jansen, Colin Flickinger, Travis Noble, Zane Bierman, Louis Orduna, Jeremy Gainey, Steve Harris, Richie Bradshaw, and Brody Harris for your 24 driver field.
I want to thank everyone out there for tuning in again tonight. If you haven't done so yet, hit that like and subscribe and get you in touch with everything that CRN has to offer. I want to thank our sponsors, simraces.com and Kim's Cups and More, for everything they do here for the series. We'll get our drivers in here for some interviews. But, I mean, what a finish. What a run here to the end. I mean, this was a fantastic one here tonight, and we get to see an epic finish. Maybe not, a kind of a run to the line, but does Edwards have enough fuel is really what the question was the entire time. But we're gonna go ahead and start with our driver interviews here tonight, and a fantastic run from all these drivers here tonight. A great job, green to checkered. Third place here tonight is gonna go to the driver of the 188, and that is Jacob Grube. Jacob, you pit on lap number 59. We'll take it already, kind of the last third of this race, because that's really when everything kind of came to a head. You were behind Joey Cruz. I'm assuming you kind of need to be behind him to do a little saving.
No, I saved too much. I should have went and not let him buy me. But yeah, it was just it was a fuel saving night right from the very beginning, trying to make it to lap 30, lap 60, and then all the way to the end. So, but it was a fun race. Congrats to Aaron for the win.
So what was it about the track here tonight that it seemed like it was really racy? I know the field somewhat spread out a little bit, but I mean, great racing. Obviously, green to checkered is always something you want to see. Everybody made it in and out of the pits. I don't think I've seen a single black flag here tonight when it comes to the pitting as well. So it seemed like you guys were on point here tonight.
Yeah, it was pretty clean out there. I'm happy to see that. I think the balance of the car was overall pretty tight. So I don't know if that kind of, once we got the tires warmed and we kind of went to being tight, I think that kind of helped to keep it clean, probably.
Well, it was good enough to get you home in a third place here tonight. Maybe a second was on the boards. Maybe if you went a little bit earlier, a first was there. But either way, a podium here tonight. So congrats on the third. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, just shout out to you guys for putting on the broadcast, and thanks to the team for the practice, and see y'all next week.
All right, buddy. That is your third place finisher here tonight, the 188 of Jacob Grube. Second place here tonight, Jimmy, is going to go to the man that I thought was maybe a little disappointed at coming home in second, but it sounds like from his spotter, Jack Stoneman, pretty damn elated to come home in second here tonight, and that's going to be the 28 of Joey Cruz.
Hey, Joey, Jimmy. Go ahead.
Sorry, go ahead. I'm too excited right now, man, because, dude, this is a good rebound from last week because, if I had passed Aaron on that last lap and ran out, it would have been so much more disappointing. So I was just telling him I think it's better played out like this. But had my buddy Dan Walden Jr. on the pit box tonight made an awesome call to pit us, I think, around lap 61. What was interesting is that the pit fuel was telling us, 31 laps, so we should have been good, but guess not. But oh man, this was awesome. To start 19th, I was a little worried, but just ran my race the entire time and just kept chugging at it and just doing my thing. And to come home second and to see the win right there, it's another sign that we're moving forward and getting way closer to that win. And again, I'm just thankful I wasn't leading coming to last corner, because that would have been a lot worse, to be honest.
So I guess they're
like this.
well, we were thinking, something different when you come to results, but obviously you were able to, get a good finish here after, I guess an undervalued start here, and you were able to make your way to the front. 17 spots, beginning the biggest move of the race. Obviously, been watching you all through, for the previous seasons, and I've been hard on your driving. I've commented on your driving. I've rooted you on, and keep each and every week just keep seeing that number 28 improve. You were down in the bronze, you're now in the gold. There's so much growth that's been had there with the number 28. So we just want to recognize that, man. Say congratulations on the great finish, great fuel saving, and the great strategy, or even a little help from somebody in your side pocket watching you. But again, congratulations, man. Give you some time for some shout outs there on that number 28.
Obviously, biggest shout out tonight goes to my crew chief and my good friend Dan Wallen Jr. I look forward to seeing the big boy with you coming up June 6th. I'm a train guy. I always have been growing up, so excited to go see that with him. Also, shout out to my roommate and occasional part-time spotter, Jack Stillman, who's watching this downstairs. He thought I won the race, but I was just happy to get second and beat those other guys. I would have been more bummed out if it was third or lower than that. And thank you to my dad, who's also watching. So, Dad, we got another podium today. Probably tightened up that point gap for sure. So very, very happy with that. And thank you to all my friends, family, loved ones back home watching and this racing journey. It's been crazy through all the ups and downs. Tonight was definitely a huge up, and obviously, prayers going out to the Kyle Busch family, as we know he recently passed away. So, holding them in my prayers tonight for sure. We all raced for Rowdy tonight. And I think you'd be proud of the performance I put up. I'll say that I know it's been a tough loss for the racing world recently. It's been a hard time for a lot of people. So, my thoughts and prayers go out to those guys. And again, thank you to all the family and friends who have kept supporting me throughout, the racing journey and everything I do. I want to thank them with the win and with how close it was tonight. I know that it's coming. It's just a matter of when it's coming. And I know if not in the last two races, it'll definitely be next season for sure. I know this one's coming sooner or later, boys.
Again, congratulations on your great finish, and we'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Thank you very much, boys. Salamat. Thank you.
Yes, sir.
That is your second place finisher here tonight, Joey Cruz, and the number 28 top gold driver. And it's great to hear the excitement in his voice. You can clearly hear it, and it kind of gives you a little insight as to the journey that he's been on just to get up here to get a second place. So congrats again to Joey. But the top spot here tonight is going to go to Aaron Edwards, who just did a phenomenal job in the number 65 here tonight to save enough fuel. He run it with his teammates the entire night, but Aaron, your teammates come into the pits, and pretty much you said, screw them. I'm going to make it to the end.
Yeah, we had a little chat. It was, you think someone's got to try and save it. We were only 4 to 5 short there at the end, and ideally, we didn't really do the math. We weren't too worried about it. We were just coming to race. We figured cautions come out, but it went green, so that was awesome. But kudos to that. But we were just a tad short there, so someone had to try and save it. We were talking, you're not going to win it by pitting there. So the other two tried it. They thought they were fast enough to try it, but I was unconvinced. So I committed to the I was committed to the fuel save strategy, much like last week. That almost panned out, but no, it was a ton of fun.
Well, I mean, talk to me about that last run, because we've seen drivers go, 31. We've seen them stretch it out, while still having some decent pace. You had to back that pace down a bunch to make it 33 laps here at the end. And we've seen there was, for the most part, it was kind of half a second here, half a second there that Cruz was gaining on you. But we've seen a couple times where it was like 2 seconds that he was gaining on you. You had to back it down a big time.
Yeah, me and Truskowski, I believe, were dueling for the lead there, doing much like last week, going fast while saving fuel, trying to maintain the lead. But it's an interesting way to race. I've not really done much, but no, once he said, I guess, that he couldn't make it anymore, so he just stopped trying. So he'd come down and pit, try to stop the bleeding. But I looked in my mirror and saw a huge gap to the car out back, so I just shut it off for like 3 laps and tried to make my number. And honestly, racing Truskowski, I was a lap short, so I wasn't probably gonna win on that strategy unless he pits. So with that being said, I mean, I we were probably the third best car. I want to say it was a little bit faster than the other two Sim Shop Supras, but I don't know. I never could seem to pass the leader. So Seeger's really good, Ethan's really good. Kudos to those guys, but they just didn't seem to put their eggs in the right strategy basket at the end.
Yeah, I think you and Truskowski may have had the slowest battle for the lead that we've seen all season, but
Yeah.
but either way, you did the right strategy here at the end, and you got yourself home the win. So congrats on the win here tonight at Charlotte. Who do you want to give a shout out to or thanks to?
Yeah, just thanks to all the guys back at the Delt Sport team, Kyle and Brian, all the guys, Sim Shop, all our partners, Unified Potential, Autoverse, Sim Racing Setup, Sudspeed, all the guys. Appreciate y'all.
All right, buddy. Well, congrats again on the win here tonight. We'll let you go celebrate. We'll see you next week.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
That is Aaron Edwards, your winner here tonight in the 65. We're going to have a few more interviews we're going to get to. First is going to be fourth place finisher here tonight. He came in as the points leader and looked like it was just an off night for him. But Jimmy, the 451 of Chris Gilbert found his way up to fourth place here tonight.
Hey, Chris, Jimmy, and Carl in the boot copy.
Yep, I got you guys.
Hey, overall, pretty decent night. Bring that 451 in that fourth spot, up 5 spots from your big start of the race. But so definitely an interesting one here, as it's been quite a while since we've seen green flag from start to finish. But you're able to get it done here tonight and bring it home here in fourth place. So give us a little rundown on how your race was and the strategy that you decided to use and what got you here tonight.
Yeah, this is a track I generally struggle at. I don't know why, but I just can never get figured out. So just be patient, just do my best, keep tires on car, and just work on track position. And fuel mileage was a big thing this race. That's where me, Jacob Grube, we were saving pretty hard for most of that. Then Aaron, I don't know how he did it. He saved enough fuel at that.
He was shutting his car off. And we went to our little standard love day here, and I'm just kind of curious because I've seen how much sooner Aaron pit before a lot of y'all, and I was just like, how is he gonna do this? And he's out there and he's just going, and he was just cutting it. When I'm talking, there's the standard marks that I would typically let off, and yeah, it took back that up about 4 or 5 more car lengths. I mean, and I'm not talking just let off the gas. I mean, engine off, like it just all the way and just coast it through half the corner and make it. So impressive job there by Aaron, for sure. But obviously, we don't want to overlook your finish here as well, being able to bring it home in fourth, even after you kind of explain a little bit how this is a tougher track for you and not necessarily kind of want to get around here. But you mentioned some of the other things that even I have issues around here at Charlotte, being a free track, one that everybody gets a chance to race on regardless. And I always had problems with tires. So keeping that together and not burning them up too much and then being the slow gar and about, 15 or 20 laps in. So you did a great job here tonight. We want to recognize that, say congratulations, and give you some time for any shouts you may have in that 451.
Yeah. Thank you, Jimmy and Carl, for putting this on. Thank my teammates, Jacob Grube, Jason Pan, for helping me out. And yeah, it was fun.
We appreciate you being out there tonight. And again, congratulations. We'll let you go celebrate with your friends and family.
Thank you. Have a good.
Yes, sir.
Is the 451 of Chris Gilbert, top platinum driver here tonight, coming home in fourth place. We get a chance now to talk to a man that we haven't talked to in quite some time, as he's been eluding us and trying to run things in another league pretty much all by his own over there. That's going to be the 8 of Kevin Foster. The prodigal son returns, and it gets you right up here for an interview. Top silver driver here tonight. I know Mama was out there watching once again. Kevin, welcome back to the booth, and welcome back to the top 5 here in Core.
Woo! It's been a long time. Yeah, that was fun.
So, talk to me about the strategy, man. I know you're certainly no slouch when it comes to fuel saving in the first place, but at what point did you kind of realize, this thing can be done here in 2 stops, and it can put me in a real prime position?
About lap 14, 15, I really looked at the field and I was like, man, I'm short. So I got 31 laps out of the first stint. I only got 30 out of the second stint. I thought I saved more on the second go around. But I learned a few things on, because, when these cars change, I used to be able to save fuel, save like 5 laps in a run, but, things change and you can't save what you used to be able to save. But I tried 3 different strategies to save fuel tonight. Finally found one in the third stage that, still gave me good lap time, but By then it was too much. So if you want to run this back next week, Carl, we can just redo Charlotte and omit Nashville. That'd be great. But yeah, I finally learned how to save the fuel and also maintain the speed there in the third stage, and was able to drive up through some of the guys. And fortunately for me, some of those guys had to pit, but top 5 first race back. It's been a while. I mean, like it's the first time since race 6-7 of last season. But I'm back. I'm gonna finish out the schedule.
6-7.
And not 6-7.
Yeah.
I am gonna finish out the series. We got Nashville and Michigan, so 2 good tracks I should do pretty well at.
So I mean, you had to be happy on that kind of the first pit stop there. You were the top car coming in on lap number 60. You were in the lead, and then when you came in for that second pit stop, you had Joey Cruz in front of you. Did you think at that point you want maybe the win's not in the cards here tonight, since there was a faster car in front of me pitting at the same time, or were you just happy to kind of finish where you finished here? I mean, it's a top 5. There's a lot of good talent here in this league.
I didn't think Joey was going to be able to save that much, because he was, definitely was putting down some really fast lap times in the beginning of that run there. I was like, oh, there's no way he's going to save. But, kudos to Joey. He was able to, save the fuel and make it work. And he had the speed advantage on me, and just watch him get smaller and smaller out the windshield. And, might have to give him a call and see how he did it, just to make sure we're on the same page for next time. But overall, man, it's really good to be back here in core. And for all the fans out there watching, thank you for taking time out of your days to tune into the Core Racing Network. Carl, Jimmy, you guys in the booth, you guys do a hell of a job, and it's just amazing to be back. And I'm thankful that I was ahead of my class tonight, and look forward to the next 2 weeks.
All right, well, before we let you go and get out of here, I know you got I know you thanked quite a few members out there in the CRN Nation. Don't forget Mama out there. Even my Barry out there watching. He's always been a big supporter, and even my son was out there watching here tonight. So, any more shout outs you want to give before we let you go and get out of here, and hopefully maybe get a chance to talk to you next week?
Barry, thank you for your support as always. I went back and read the comments. Mama, thank you for tuning in. Grandma, hope you watched the race. My grandma's watching as well.
Nice.
In Pensacola, Florida. So, but
Hey, local.
I definitely hope to be back up here talking to you guys again. And this is a phenomenal series. And I just everyone here in the NASCAR community, we're not in NASCAR. This is our NASCAR, but we're thinking about Kyle Busch and his family, and what a tragic loss. And whether you loved or hated him, you got to respect, what he did on the track day in, day out. And he's a force to be reckoned with 234 wins. I mean, he is, he'll go down as one of the greatest drivers in history. And, it just sucks that, he passed because of something that could have been prevented.
Yeah, or at least, kind of easily dealt with, and something that other people get afflicted with it and kind of get over it. But yeah, it's a shame. But good to see the NOS Energy tribute car out there as well, and get it up there in the top 5. So congrats again on the top 5 here tonight. Top silver driver. We'll let you go celebrate. We'll see you next week in Nashville.
All right, brother. See you then.
That is the number 8, Kevin Foster, coming home in a 5th top silver driver here tonight. We got one more to get through here tonight, Jimmy. Back a little bit further in the pack, but he's the top man in his class, and maybe trying to run down Luis Orduna here one more time, and that's going to be the 00 of Terry Jansen.
Terry, Jimmy, Carl in the booth. You copy?
I certainly do.
Well, I was having to be a little concerned about the 00 here tonight. Seeing you in the last chance qualifier, I obviously knew you're going to be in the race, but having issues and then not doing too well out there, and then come back on fire, find yourself up 8 spots and finish in front of your competitor there of Luis Orduna by a few here tonight, tightening things up, and then points race there back in the Bronze Series. And obviously doing a great job of doing what you do out there, and just want to recognize that, man. Give us a little rundown how your race was for you.
Well, the LCQ, I thought I was going to be a little smart knowing that I was going to be able to make it no matter what, and I thought I was going to just push him down the backstretch there, and just lost control. But then after that, I knew that I had to save fuel and make 30 laps every stop, and that's what I did.
Well, that you did, and you did it well here tonight, Dave. Until you get yourself a great finish, and it's tough back there. You guys get I guess the most area to either gain the most points or lose little. But obviously you did a good job here tonight, getting yourself a pretty decent finish here. 16th overall, like I said, up 8 spots. I call that a win here in my book, and you're doing a great job and kept it clean out there. I mean, everybody did well. Even no penalties or anything for the pit stop. So good job. We just want to recognize that and give you some time for any shouts on number and the 00.
I just want to shout out to everyone that I know that is watching. Deanna over in the east or the west side of Washington State. Say hello to the grandkids and everyone else that I know is watching. Just great fun, and that's now 2 that I've successfully pulled into the winner's circle. Only before then, all I could do was win a random draw horse race.
You just keep at it, man. You eventually get better. We've seen a lot of progress for a lot of the bronze drivers, and even some that have moved their way all the way up to gold. So, I mean, it can happen. So, and you're doing what you need to do, and you're getting slightly better each and every week and each and every season. So, continue the good runs, and again, congratulations. And we'll give you this time to go celebrate with your friends and family.
Thank you very much. And I do want to mention Luis Orduna. He thought he was running a 100-lap race. That's how I beat him.
Well, there's that too. He's a 10 laps short. But
Shots fired.
Get him there.
I like it.
Continue the battle for a few more races. We'll see who ends up winning that bronze championship this season.
All right. Thank you. You guys have a good night.
You too, buddy. That is your 16th place finisher, top bronze finisher. It's going to be the 00 of Terry Jansen. A little shots fired there at the end. I like it. I like the competition, and they've been having plenty of fun going back and forth at each other in the Discord before and after races. It's great to see the drivers down there in the bronze having some fun and a little levity in it, because it's a tight battle. It was 13 points coming in the advantage of Luis Orduna. It's going to be tighter now with Terry Jansen finishing in 16th and Orduna finishing in 20th, and really all of the points battles are going to get closer. Jason Chrisman finishing up there in 6th place here tonight, and your other silver drivers in the top spots, not exactly having that good of a race. So we'll see how that shakes up the points in the silver. Joey Cruz certainly looking to try and grab the gold championship as well. Going to need to really battle. Joe Sullivan didn't have a great night, finishing back there in 11th after doing the right fuel strategy. That I think at least we thought, but finishes just outside the top 10. So we'll see how the rest of the season plays out. Only 2 more races to go. I want to thank everyone again out there for tuning in tonight for the Core O'Reilly series presented by simraces.com. That's going to do it for myself and Jimmy. We got the doubleheader tomorrow night with CSRL and the Pit Road Speed Limit Racing series, and then doubleheader on Thursday with VVR and the Core GT series. But for myself and Jimmy from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, we'll see you at the track.
My people up in the chandeliers, the whining and dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti, champions are born right now. Ain't about the glamour, click goes the hammer, run when you hear that sound. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. I'm a leader, underdog dreaming, don't need no cheers, who's gonna say it? Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. Dreams just keep dripping out of their golden cups. I'm starving, leftovers ain't enough. Ain't about the royals, they do nothing for you. All you got is you right now. Who's gonna make it to the finish line. Gonna make it to the finish line. Every day. Gonna make it to the finish line. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. Horror belated, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears. World's gotta say it. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. Good evening, my people up in the chandeliers. The wine and dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti. Champions are born right now. Ain't about the glamour, click goes the hammer. Run when you hear that sound. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. Horror belated, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears. World's gotta say it. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. Their dreams just keep dripping out of their golden cups. I'm starving, leftovers ain't enough. Ain't about the royals, they do nothing for you. All you got is you right now. Who is gonna falter? Who is gonna conquer? Better never count me out. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. Horror belated, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears. World's gotta say it. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line. Every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Gotta make it to the finish line. Every day. Gotta make it to the finish line. Heroes never die. Gotta make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. Horror belated, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears. World's gotta say it. Heroes never die. Gonna make it to the finish line. My people up in the chandeliers, the wine and dining, the menu is blood, sweat, and tears. Everybody ready, raining down confetti. champions are born right now. Air about the glamour, click goes the hammer. Run when you hear that sound. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. All believing, underdog dreaming, don't need your cheers, world's gotta say it. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. Dreams just keep dripping out of their golden cups. I'm starving, leftovers ain't enough. Ain't about the royals, they do nothing for you. All you got is you right now. Who is gonna falter, who is gonna conquer? Better never count me out. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line. We know we survive, even if we crawl to the finish line. All believing, underdog dreaming, don't need no tears, world's gotta say it. Heroes never die, gonna make it to the finish line.